Hello everyone, we begin our lecture on carbohydrates. Here we will cover general concept of carbohydrate and classification of carbohydrate with suitable examples. Now the definition, carbohydrates are defined chemically as aldehyde or ketone derivatives of the higher polyhydric alcohols or compounds which yield these derivatives on hydrolysis. Now, the function of carbohydrates, they are the most abundant dietary source of energy that provide 4 calories per gram for all organisms. Carbohydrates are precursors for many organic compounds, that is fats and amino acids. Carbohydrates as glycoproteins and glycolipids participate in the structure of cell membrane and cellular functions such as cell growth, adhesion, and fertilization. They are structural components of many organisms. These include the fiber cellulose of plants, exoskeleton of some insects, and the cell wall of microorganisms. Carbohydrates also serve as the storage form of energy in the form of glycogen to meet the immediate energy demands of the body. Now, the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are often referred to as saccharides. In Greek, saccharine means sugar. They are broadly classified into 4 major groups, that is monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Now, the monosaccharides in Greek, mono means one, are the simplest group of carbohydrates and are often referred to as simple sugars. They cannot be further hydrolyzed, and its general formula, that is CnH2nOn. Monosaccharides are further subdivided on two types depending upon the number of carbon atom and whether aldehyde or ketone are present. Now the monosaccharide with select examples, trioses with 3 carbon, for example glyceraldehyde in the case of aldotriose and dihydroxyacetone in the case of ketotriose. Tetroses with 4 carbons, for example erythrose in the case of aldotetrose, erythrulose in the case of ketotetrose. Pentoses with 5 carbon, for example ribose in case of aldopentoses, and ribulose, these are ketopentoses. And hexoses with 6 carbon, for example glucose, galactose, and mannose or aldohexoses, and fructose are ketohexoses. Now, these are the examples of aldoses and ketoses. Also depend on the number of carbon, that is glyceraldehyde, ribose, glucose, and galactose are aldoses, and dihydroxyacetone, ribulose, and glucose, galactose is a ketosis. Now, disaccharides, those sugars which yield two molecules of the same or different molecules of monosaccharide on hydrolysis. Its general formula, that is CnH2O whole n minus 1. Maltose yield 2 molecules of glucose on hydrolysis, and lactose yield 1 molecule of glucose and 1 molecule of galactose on hydrolysis. And sucrose yield 1 molecule of glucose and 1 molecule of fructose on hydrolysis. And lactulose, a keto disaccharides. Now the next is oligosaccharides, those sugars which yield 3 to 10 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. For example, maltotriose, it has 3 D-glucose units. Now, the polysaccharides, those sugars which yield more than 10 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis, its general formula is C6H10O5 whole N, and polysaccharide divided into two types, that is homopolysaccharide also known as homoglycans and heteropolysaccharides known as heteroglycans.